everybody, my name is Hudson, and today we're talking about the Battle of Wanat. The Battle of Wanat was taking place during the war in Afghanistan. The Battle of Wanat was stated in July 13, 2008. The place it took place was in Wanat province, Afghanistan. If I got that wrong, I'm really sorry. I'm not really good with names or cities. Sadly, the outcome of this battle was the Taliban's victory. The belligerents probably don't know what that means. It means good guys, bad guys. I'm not going to explain it anymore. Was the United States and the Afghan army. Bad guys, Taliban. The commanders and leaders of this battle of the United States was Captain Matthew Meyer and Lieutenant Jonathan Brostom. I don't know if I got your name wrong. I'm so sorry if I did. The units involved in this was the 173rd Airborne Division, and combat team was the 2nd Battalion. There's also the 503rd Airborne. If I got any of these wrong, I'm really sorry. My brain is tired. The strength of these two components were 48 American soldiers. 48. 200 to 500 Taliban. How are we supposed to fight against these guys? At least they shoot their guns sideways like gangsters. I mean, at least we have a little bit of brain cells that say, oh, maybe we should hit something and not just shoot in the air. Woo! So anyways, there's two squads. The chosen company and the 2nd platoon. I know we already said the strength, but I want to go back to this. 48 soldiers of America. You want to make sure you know that. Keep that in brain. Sadly, 9 American soldiers were killed. There were 27 wounded. That means 36 out of the fight, out of 48. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I'm not good with math. And there were four Afghanis wounded. Is that because they ran away, or is that just because they're Navy SEALs? I don't know. I think they probably just got lucky. U.S. claim that there were 21 to 65 killed. Actually, there are 21. I looked it up. There are 45 wounded in the Taliban. 21 killed, 45 wounded. That's a lot too. The Battle of Wanat took place on July 13, 2008, when around 200 Taliban insurgents attacked American troops stationed near Qam in the Wagao district of Afghanistan's far eastern Nuristan province. The distant position of primarily defended by United States Army soldiers with the 2nd Platoon, Chosen Company, the 2nd Battalion, 503rd Infantry Regiment, and the 173rd Airborne Brigade Combat Team. The Taliban encircled the remote base and its observation post, attacking it from Guam and surrounding farmland. They destroyed much of the U.S. troops' heavy munitions, broke through their lines, and entered the main base before being finally repelled by artillery and aircraft. The United States claimed to have killed at least 21 Taliban fighters, for 9 of its own soldiers were killed and 27 wounded, together with 4 Afghan National Army soldiers wounded. One of several attacks on remote outposts, the Battle of Wanat has been described as among the bloodiest Taliban attacks of the war. Bloodiest attack. I mean, if I was in there, I'm out of there. Me personally, I wouldn't be in the Marines. Oorah. And I like any branch. Y'all have some balls. Anyways, fighters across different insurgent groups were able to precisely target key equipment, such as a wire-guided missile launcher, it sounds like a big boy, through a sustained and disciplined effort. So, they didn't get it too easy, at least. Four U.S. soldiers were killed within the first 20 minutes of the battle. Another died later, and at least 3 others were wounded. 3 times, teams of soldiers from the main base ran through Taliban fire to resupply the observation post and carry back the dead and wounded. The U.S. troops responded with machine guns, grenades, and claymore mines. Artillery guns at Camp Blessing fired 96 155 artillery rounds. I have one of those. I want to show you how big these are. This big boy right here is 155 millimeter. Wait, yeah, 155. It'd be like this big, humongous. Hello. I'm gonna put this away now. Anyways, 96 of those fired. The Taliban briefly breached the wire of the observation post before being driven back. After almost half an hour of intense fighting at the observation post, only 1 soldier, Pitts, remained. He was seriously wounded and fought alone until reinforcements arrived. Some militants also managed to get past the main base's eastern barriers. 2 U.S. soldiers, platoon leader First Lieutenant Jonathan P. Brostrom, 24, of Hawaiian, and Corporal Jason Hoviter, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, were killed trying to deliver ammunition to the observation post. The U.S. soldiers were at times flushed out of their fortifications by what they thought were grenades, but which were actually just rocks thrown by attackers. Brostrom, Hoviter, and another soldier may have been killed by an insurgent who penetrated wire perimeter. The AH-64 Apache attack helicopters and a Predator unmanned aircraft drone armed with Hellfire missiles arrived over the base about 30 minutes after the battle began. During this battle, U.S. soldiers were resupplied by UH-60 Blackhawk, my favorite helicopter ever. Super cool. With fire support from the AH-64 Apaches. Wounded soldiers were evacuated to nearby Camp Wright, where members of E Troop, the 2 of the 17th Cavalry, 101st Airborne Division, would wait to rearm and refill the UH-60s and the AH-64s. Later, a B-1B Lancer bomber, an A-10, and a F-15 E Strike Eagle aircraft were called in. Whew! They got a taste of their medicine. After the militants retreated, mop-up operations followed, and the Taliban withdrew from the town. 9 U.S. soldiers were killed in the attack. Mainly observation posts, between 21 and 65 militants were reported killed with another 20 to 40 wounded. But coalition forces found only 2 Taliban bodies after the war. The attack was the highest death toll for U.S. troops in the country since Operation Red Wings. 3 years earlier, civilian deaths caused by Allied operations has increased sympathy among Wagal residents for the Taliban, who are allowed to move into the Qam. The residents may have been further dismayed by the failure of Afghan President Hamid Karzai to address the concerns of the delegation of elders and Maliks in Kabul 2 days previously. Coalition troops had noticed other warning signs the day before the attack. The Spin Girls, Pashto for Whitebeard's influential tribe elders of Wanat, conducted a jirga and attacks. Thank you for watching this video, everybody. I really hope that y'all enjoy. If y'all can, do me one favor, help me out a lot. Just subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you so much. I will see y'all later, and I am out.